Hey everyone, I'm Nita Strauss and I'm here today at Sweetwater to walk you guys through my brand new signature guitar, the Ibanez JIVA. This guitar really is my dream guitar in so many ways, not the least of which being that as the first female Ibanez signature artist, this is a huge honor for me, and all my heroes are Ibanez players. To be the first girl to pick up that torch and be on the signature roster is really, really an honor, and I'm so excited that I could bring this guitar to you guys to play. So let's get right into it. The JIVA is an S-series body. You can see it's got that super S-series balance. So if you hold it right at the neck joint, it's not going to go anywhere. That's huge for me as a player because I move around a lot on stage. And you want a guitar that will come back to where you put it. You know, if your guitar is body heavy or neck heavy, you're constantly fighting gravity with it going one way or the other. So I love the balance of the S-series because it will just stay put, stay right where you put it, and it's one less thing to think about on stage. It's a mahogany body, maple and purple heart neck, which I love. I love seeing the purple heart in the back, and you can see it carries all the way up through the headstock as well. It is an ebony fretboard, and you'll notice the inlay is one of my favorite features. It's called the Beaten Path inlay, and it is made to look like an EKG. So if you see in the hospital the heartbeat, you know, the actual visual representation of the heartbeat is represented here on the guitar. And I think it's kind of cool because for me, my guitar has a life of its own, and having its own heartbeat is a cool little part of that. And one of my favorite features, of course, about the inlay is you'll notice the further up the frets you get, the faster the heartbeat gets. That's where the soloing happens. That's where the magic happens. So it's kind of a cool little feature, happy accident, I guess. The spikes of the EKG do correspond with the normal fret markers, 3, 5, 7, 12, and so forth. So it's actually really a lot easier to read than many of the custom inlays. There are some that I've had in the past where you're kind of wondering where home base is, where the 12 is, or you know, where your octaves are. And so this makes it really easy because the dots are still sort of there. You also do have the dots on the side the normal way, and these are called lumen lays, and they charge up with any LED. So I do it with my phone when I don't have a guitar tech, and you just run an LED over it. You can do it really, really quickly, and it'll charge up and glow green. So you have a little fret marker on a dark stage, which in my day job with Alice Cooper is a lifesaver because we start about 80% of the songs in pitch blackness, and it's cool to have a little roadmap. You will notice the front of the guitar is a little bit fingerprinty and there's a quilted maple top. And the black to natural maple burst is something that I had never seen before on another guitar. I thought it really fit my personality really well. I mean, if you kind of look at me, the guitar kind of looks like me. And I think it's kind of cool because it's not overly girly, it's not overly metal looking, it's just sort of like a very classic, stylish, cool finish, which, and it's neutral. It's not, you know, I think a pink guitar, you have to be a pink guitar person to play a pink guitar, and I'm not what you'd call a pink guitar person. The pickups are my signature DiMarzio Pandemonium pickups. These are the 8th revision of these pickups, and if it gives you any idea of how many times that is, we only did one version of the JIVA. So this is the first edition of the guitar and the 8th version of the pickups. And the reason it took so long is because they had to be perfect and they had to be different from what was out there before. I think that we've really nailed the pickup that can do a whole lot of different things. It sounds amazing clean, it sounds really great distorted. You can roll off the volume and have a really great crunchy rock sound, or split the pickup and do the same thing. But when you're all the way to the bridge and the neck position, it's an amazing, amazing shred pickup. The single coil is actually a DiMarzio True Velvet, and when we were developing the signature pickup set, DiMarzio asked if I wanted to do a single coil, and I said, to be honest, I think the True Velvet is a perfect single coil, so I don't really want to just put my name on a True Velvet and lie to anybody and say that I designed a True Velvet, so just make it True Velvet. This is my favorite single coil. It is in every single guitar that I use on stage, and the clarity is the reason I really, really love this pickup. I love that this pickup doesn't break up no matter how high up the neck you get, because a lot of the single coils you tend to lose some clarity once you get up above the 12th fret, and this one really retains its full body and its full tone all the way up the neck. One more great thing about these pickups that you don't notice right away is they actually have the cut-through covers. So it's got the blonde bobbins underneath and the black cover on the top. So you can actually see the pickup through, which is a little feature that I think is really, really cool and kind of makes the guitar a little bit more stylish in its own way. The bridge is an Ibanez JIVA10 bridge, and the main reason I went with the JIVA10 is because of the collared bar. I find it, the way I play, it's extremely important to have a collared bar that screws in rather than one that just pops in and out. I find the stability on stage a lot better. Some of the whammy tricks I do, you really, really need that. So that was my main reason for going with the JIVA10, and also it's got great sustain, great flutter. It's been a perfect bridge for me so far. Thank you guys so much for watching and checking out my new signature guitar. Leave your questions and comments in the comment box below. And of course, if you want to order one for yourself, you can call your Sweetwater sales engineer or go to sweetwater.com.